In any given lighting setup, like not every light is either high key or low key. Of course, there's everything in the middle. But typically, if you're going for a more dramatic mood, either really dark and dramatic or really soft and dreamy, it usually does fall into one of those two categories. So let's take a look at my very basic example up on the screen to describe the differences between the two. Picture on the left is a good example of a low-key image, and the picture on the right is a good example of a high-key image. Low-key is predominantly darker tones. There's more shadows to the image. There's more true blacks, whereas in high-key, it's lighter tones, it's brighter, minimal shadows, all of that. So this is the exact same model, and she is photographed in this image about 6 minutes apart. It's the exact same day. We just changed the makeup just a little bit, but it is completely different moods. And so an idea that I'm trying to express in one wouldn't be expressed well with the other lighting. I think these tell completely different moods. So I'm going to tell you about my suggestions for lighting setups and modifiers and placement of light and all of that. So let's take a look at some examples of high key really quick. This also gives me ability to show some of my work because I can. But predominantly lighter tones, fewer shadows, brighter overall. So if you'll notice, you don't really see a lot of deep dark shadows. You don't see a lot of grays and mid-tones. Everything is brighter. But I do want you to realize also that if you say high key, it doesn't mean it has to be on a white background. For example, both of these are on kind of cream toned or lighter tone texture backgrounds, but the light is predominantly brighter, not that many shadows. Whereas, of course, lower key, that doesn't mean the whole picture is black. It doesn't mean that there aren't true white highlights. For example, in the picture on the left, there is a correctly exposed skin tone. Low key doesn't mean underexposed. It just means most of the tones are a bit darker. And so this can be for beauty. The picture on the right is the definition as far low key as you can get. All it is two tiny highlights carving out our subject. And that is a fine art nude in one of my favorite lighting setups for something that is a little bit more subtle and more of an implied nude instead of being so in your face. So here's some more examples. So also same thing with low key, doesn't need to be on black. It could be darker on a sky, it could be on a textured background, it could be on a dark gray. So, but you see the thread that holds them together.